I don't hate the game of pickleball. The game of pickleball is fun. It's the people who play pickleball who have become obnoxious. First of all, number one, they tell you what to do. They they tell you how to play even though they're worse than you. Try to dominate the game by telling you that how to play. I have played racket sports all my life. I know how to play. Don't tell me how to play and what I can and cannot do. Then they don't want to play with you. They think they're too good for you. So when you put your paddle down on the court, now they walk away from you. They just walk away and play somewhere else. Even though you may be as good, if not better than them, they don't give a shit. They want this group of people to play with, and they don't care if you're good, bad, whatever. They want to screw with you. Sometimes you could even wait on a court for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, waiting for some people to finish so you could play. And then they say, we're playing another one. Who ever heard of that? These people want to get punched in the face. I just can't because of I don't really want to go to jail. At 15 years old, I was a national paddle tennis champion. I was the youngest male paddle tennis champion, and I won that in New York, which means paddle tennis is a sister sport of pickleball. It could have been bigger than pickleball, but they wouldn't change the rules or make any adaptation to the sport, so it didn't grow to that level. Then after that, I played professional. Well, not I guess it was professional platform tennis, which I think they call, which was in Connecticut. I was ranked number 4 with the number 1 player in the world. His name was Doug Russell. So he was the number 1 player, and I took him down to number 4. So I wasn't really that great in it. I was good in it and good enough to win, the National Collegiate 23 and under championships with my partner Saul Hauptman. But I wasn't as great as he was. And it's a hard sport because you have to play off of a chicken wire fence, and I wasn't as good as him. And they would basically play me. I've never been the weakest link on a court, but I was then. Then in high school, I was the PSAL city champion in tennis. I won the high school tennis championship, and I taught tennis for a living. Those are my racket sports qualifications. So I've played a lot of those paddle tennis tournaments. I've won probably over 10 national championships in that sport. And tennis, I told you, and platform tennis, I just couldn't master it perfectly. And they had one overhand serve, which was really difficult. It's a really hard serve, and if you're not a superstar tennis player, to get that ball in the court under a crucial moment with one serve, it's not a fun situation. People are standing there trying to blast it down your throat. Another thing, some people don't bring balls. Some people who can't play, they can't even play, they decide to be your partner. Here's my partner. How many times have you played? Once. Okay, I'm playing against 2 really good players. You can't see that you don't belong here. They can't see that they belong there. They can't. It's impossible. Then some people want to drill. There's nothing more fucking annoying than watching people who you could play doubles with and have a good time with just hitting the ball back and forth like they're going to be professional players. You know what? None of you are going to beat Ben Johns. None of you are going to beat Tardio. None of you are going to beat Dimescu. None of you are going to beat Alshon. None of you. Maybe one out of a group of 1,000 or 10,000 has some potential. But these people are drilling. They're waiting to play in a tournament. I understand wanting to play in tournaments. I used to play tournaments. But you're not going to make money in pickleball. You're not going to be pros. Wake up. Every athlete who never made it in life is playing pickleball and acting like they're a real athlete. They're like pseudo superstar athletes. They think in their mind that, oh, I'm a pickleball. Oh, I'm great. I'm this and that. And in their mind, they've developed this ego. And there's a couple people, I wish I could mention their names because I would like to, but there's a couple of them who think they're actually coaches, teachers of pickleball, um, semi-pro players. Some of them even they can't beat me ever. And they think they're like a teacher, an instructor. They think they're like a semi-pro player. They think that they're great. And their attitude, man, their attitude is bad. Just bad. They're just bad. You know what? There's bad people in every sport. But in pickleball, somehow the assholes rise to the top. And believe me, you'll find them. It used to be different. A year ago, 2 years ago, when I started, yeah, everybody would be cool. Now, oh, they're becoming cliquey. They're becoming aggressive. Sometimes people actually want to fight. Some guy actually was, I remember him, I don't know what his story was. I tried to tell him I needed a break or a second. He was serving the ball, and I caught the ball, and he was looking to have like a physical or confrontation with me. And I asked him. I said, if you're getting a little aggressive with me, I don't think it's going to work out real well for us to continue playing. So I walked off the court because I know these type of guys who want to argue and fight with you on the other side of the net, they're looking for a confrontation. And a guy like me who has a very calm and nice demeanor, even though my temper is tantamount to what the Hulk would be in the movies. I don't want someone to enrage me, and there are people who enrage you, and they call you cheaters, liars. They do it all in that game. So, do I like the game? Yes. Do I like some of the players? Yes. The idea, if you're going to play pickleball, you better choose your players wisely. What else do I hate about pickleball? The fucking clicking of the ball. Now, I don't hate it because I'm playing it, but if I was playing tennis next to a bunch of bashing balls and clicking and banging, I'd kill myself. I'd go out of my fucking mind. And I understand how apartments and condominiums can't stand pickleball players because of the noise of the game. Tennis is a silent, pretty sport. Now, there is one thing about pickleball that is good. You can accommodate a lot of people on a court. And you don't have to have any talent to play because there's no real style. You could play hitting the ball or holding the racket any way you want. In tennis, you got to actually take lessons, which I used to do, teach tennis. You can't ever play tennis without a lesson. You could play pickleball never playing at all and just try to hit the ball over the net and probably end up having some fun. So pickleball has some advantages, but the people have become assholes. They become morons. They don't want to play with you. They want to fight with you. They want to argue with you. Oh, then some of them actually call you cheater. They tell you you're cheating, even though you're not cheating. They don't want to lose like legitimately. Losing legitimately would be an honorable thing to do. But if we call you a cheater, or we argue about calls, or we fight about things, even though I'm calling everything honestly and truthfully, and I'm calling them exactly the way I see them, and I'm not cheating, and I actually been a referee of many racket sport tournaments, and obviously, if they have me as the ref, I don't usually cheat, except in the NFL and the NBA, where of course they're all undertake. These people want to fight about that. They want to argue. They want to fight. Oh, you're cheating. You're lying. You're this. Then the kitchen, the freaking kitchen. You're in the kitchen. Whenever they need a point, you're in the kitchen. Before that, they never even think about it. But as soon as they want a point, you're in the kitchen. Oh, you're in the kitchen. Oh, you're in the kitchen. So what I got to say about pickleball, I love to play it. I enjoy it because I'm a racket sport player. It's the people that are ruining the game. Oh, and then you got in Santa Monica, you got to pay $5 after 5 o'clock. Santa Monica doesn't have enough money. They got to charge people $5 per person to play up to 5, and you got to sign up online. You just can't play anymore. It's too popular to have people play for free. Well, think of pickleball players like an army of red ants. They There's so many of them now because it's such an easy game to play that they will walk onto the tennis courts, and then a lot of them have divided them into pickleball courts. You can put 4 pickleball courts on a tennis court. So here you got 16 people playing pickleball and only 2 playing tennis. So pickleball players in their mind think, this is a better use of our space. We should just be allowed to play pickleball and not tennis because we have 16 players and you only have 2. And they will impinge upon the courts of the tennis players. And unfortunately, tennis is a big sport. When you watch tennis on TV, there's 15,000 people watching a singles tournament in a big tournament. When you watch pickleball, there's about 50, I don't know, maybe 500 people watching, maybe on a big pickleball tournament. But tennis still has the clout. It's just unfortunately the pickleball players think of it like people just think of red ants and think of they just zoom onto the courts, take them, monopolize them, and the tennis players are forced into the corner, and they got to listen to the banging of the ball, bing, 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 all the time, when they're playing. Tennis is a silent sport. You don't like to hear noise when you're playing, so it's tough. It's not a good marriage. Not a good marriage. You've got to have separated pickleball courts and separated tennis courts. Look, golf takes up a lot of space, but people play it. A golf course is gigantic, and maybe 50 to 100 people, 200 people play it at one time, but it takes up miles and miles of land. Tennis is the same type of thing. It takes up a lot of space, but it's a good sport. Pickleball is better for the masses, but it needs to be separated from housing, from people who have windows, who have little patience, because that sound could drive you nuts. If you put them near people's houses, you're going to drive them nuts. They're never going to be able to sleep or rest. If I went out to my terrace and I heard bang, bang, clang, bang, clang, bang, I would move. So I understand it perfectly. Plastic ball makes a noise. It should not make that type of noise, but it does, and that's part of the game. I mean, it's actually helps the game because the ball stays in play longer, but the noise is too much. So you got to keep old people busy, but try to figure out a way, either insulate their windows or make it so it's soundproof their apartments. But I suggest trying to figure out a way to put them in locations where no one could hear them. I think pickleball should be indoors a lot, especially if you're going to do it in a community where there are seniors living. Maybe all the courts should be indoors and maybe air conditioned so they don't die of a fucking heart attack in the sun. I mean, what do you want to do? People croaking. You know, I grew up in a beach club called Brighton Beach Baths. And I'll tell you stories about these. We played paddle tennis in Brighton Beach Baths in the hot summer in New York. And these older guys, and I'm unfortunately older now, but these guys were older than me. They would hit forehands and backhands and play their ass off. And every summer, 3 or 4 of them would drop. Boom! And that was the end, man. Dead, buried, shit coming out of their mouth. And we had this nurse who was way overweight. By the time she got there, they were ready to put them in the grave. But she would come out there they'd be on the ground bleeding and dying, and she'd come out there in about 20 minutes, and pretty soon the ambulance would come and they were dead. So racket sports, when you're old, yes, you want to play and it's good for your health, but if you play in the hot, humid places, Florida would be one of them. And maybe you're better off indoors. Maybe that idea is a good one. Indoors and air conditioning. And then I think you could put it anywhere you want.